Here's everything that you need to know about how the market has shifted from the end of August to the end of September. Despite what the media is telling you, the median sales price really hasn't shifted that drastically. We saw a 4.4% decrease from the end of August to the end of September, landing right at $540,000. So we know the market isn't actually crashing, it is slowing down and correcting from the COVID chaos. Our biggest change from month to month was the median days to contract. This tells you how long a property will sit on the market before getting into contract for sale. So at the end of September, we were at 37 days to contract. This is a 15.6% increase from the end of August. That is really significant. So properties are sitting on the market much longer. Obviously, there's a lot less demand because of the increase in mortgage rates and the fact that prices aren't really dropping that significantly. If we look at the year prior, this is a 362.5% increase in days on market. So I remember a year ago, when properties were sitting on for hours, days, and in rare cases, weeks, people were lining up around the block to see homes. You had multiple agents and multiple clients kind of piggybacking and overlapping at showings, and there was a huge demand for every property on the market. We're kind of seeing more of a normal pace right now. The number of new listings on the market is down by 12%. This is actually quite surprising because being an agent who's on the ground all day, every day, I feel like there are a lot more options for buyers, so maybe this is just a temporary dip. And this number is also down by 23.8% from a year prior. I just feel like maybe that's an error. That doesn't seem right at all, but I don't make the data, I just present it. We have a 2.9 month supply of inventory currently available. This is a 2.8% decrease from the month prior and a 164.3% increase from the year prior. Now in a balanced market, we know there are about 6 months of inventory online. So we are technically still in a seller's market and we are making our way towards a more balanced market, but because of how drastically and how quickly the market shifted, it does feel still, like I've said before, somewhat of a facade of a buyer's market because sellers are panicking. So, is right now a good time to buy a home? My answer remains that it is because, like I said, sellers are getting quite antsy right now and they are letting properties go for less, they are accommodating timelines, they're making concessions that we were not seeing a few months ago. So now's a really good time to get a good deal. You can always refinance that mortgage rate later, and we don't know, the mortgage rate keeps going up. I mean, if you're complaining now about like a 7%, imagine if it gets up to 9 or 10, you would be so happy that you got in at 7% before it comes back down and you can refinance. Is right now a good time to sell a home? If we look at that metric that really surprised me, which is the number of new listings, the fact that it's down by 12% from the month prior and down nearly 24% from the year prior, I mean, that means that you're competing with a lot less sellers in this market. You do have to be prepared to negotiate now. You're not going to just automatically get your way on every deal. And you also need to prepare for your property to be sitting online for a little bit longer before it enters into contract. You certainly need to work with an agent who knows how to appropriately price your listing, because the thing that I'm seeing the most in this market is that agents are not catching up with the shift and properties are being listed at unrealistic price points. So properties that are accurately priced and priced to sell are still selling very fast. Make sure that your agent is looking at pending sales. That is probably one of the best indicating factors on the market data right now. When you see things that are pending, it means that those properties are currently in contract, and that is the most recent barometer of how to price a home versus things that sold already or things that are active but haven't necessarily gone under contract. Hey, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my upcoming content. See you next time.